Alright. This is my video for Mercury Rising 2012, the Dragon Gate USA event that just concluded. Oh boy, I'm going to try and do this as best as I can because I'm tired, it's late, but I want to do this. I really want to do this review. So, opening match is Bobby Fish against John Davis, a very unique pairing, guess would be the polite way to say it. This was an okay match. Nothing, to get excited about. I don't know. It just didn't seem like these two clicked. Bobby Fish got the win with the fish hook. After the match, Fish got on the mic and, said he agreed with Low Key that there should be a title in Evolve Wrestling, and that's basically the promo. So after that, we get an interview with Pac, and Pac says that because Shima cannot do the six-man tag match later in the show, Pac is going to take his place. So Chuck Taylor, who the night before turned on Johnny Gargano and Rich Swann, said that the Pac Invitational Challenge is now the Chuck Taylor Invitational Challenge. Next up, Eric Cannon against AR Fox. This was a good match. This was the first time that AR Fox had a good match that I had seen. I didn't like the ending to the match. Sami Callihan came out, threw a chair to AR Fox, got Eric Cannon disqualified. AR Fox won. They beat up on him. And then Sami Callihan calls out Sabu, saying, "Why wait for our match? Let's do it now." So they do the whole Sabu thing. Lights go out, lights come on, Sabu is there. And it starts off as a 3-on-1 attack. This is a street fight. And then all of a sudden, John Davis comes back out, and he goes after both Pinky Sanchez and Eric Cannon. And in this street fight, I just don't know how to describe this one, because it just seemed slow and not good. Sabu had a botch on the chair springboard move, where he uses the chair to step up, get onto the top rope, and then hits a dive. He botched there. Basically, the end of the match was AR Fox coming back to hit his move on Sami Callihan, and then Sabu hit the Arabian face press thing. 1, 2, 3, Sabu got the win, so Sabu got his revenge on Sami Callihan, although Sabu bled a lot in the match. There was one point, and I really couldn't tell if Sabu was bleeding above or below the eye, but there was a lot of blood coming out, and there was even blood on his hands. I don't know if, his hand was bleeding or if that was from the blood on his face. Not really sure. And then the show really picks up. Now, the match originally here was Lince Dorado against Samurai del Sol. Now, this is the first time I've seen Samurai del Sol. Well, Chuck Taylor comes out, attacks both men, and he says that the Chuck Taylor Invitational is going to happen right now. So he attacks Lince Dorado and Del Sol, and then Shima and Rich Swann come out, and they run Chuck Taylor out of the ring. And then Taylor is like, "Well, I hate you, Swann. I hate you, Shima. I don't like samurais, and I don't like luchadors." And then all of a sudden, El Generico's music plays, and it is El Generico, and he makes his Dragon Gate USA debut to this huge ovation. I knew that he was going to be in Evolve in about 2 weeks on the 13th of April, but I did not know he was going to be at this show tonight. So El Generico pulled a doubleheader today. You can say he's the Rick Rude of the Internet pay-per-view wars, if there was ever such a thing. He was on one show, then on the other. But this was really a good match. Did a lot of things. It protected Shima's neck, because that had been bothering him. Samurai Del Sol really impressed me. First time I saw him wrestle today, and this guy impressed me. I mean, Dragging It USA may have gotten a steal as far as talent goes with this guy. I had heard of his name before in the past. I just had never seen him before. And they got a good deal on this guy. They got a good talent. And like I said, this was a very good match. The end of it comes where Generico hits the Yakuza kick on Lince Dorado, does the brainbuster off the top turnbuckle, 1, 2, 3. El Generico wins the Chuck Taylor Invitational. So we come back from intermission, and this was the worst match of the show. Los Pendejos, I think was the name of the team. I wrote it as Los Vejos. Boy, did I mess that up. Against the Scene. And the entrance of the Scene, holy crap. I mean, you got Shelly Martinez, formerly Ariel of WWE, and you got Amber O'Neil, who I guess as their lady friends, hookers, prostitutes maybe? And they come up, and their entrance, oh my god, it was so unnecessary. And I know that they're trying to put the team, put it over, but this was just not really needed. And I don't know why that happened. It just really didn't make sense. Really wasn't that big of a fan of this match. The Scene got the win, and that's all I'm going to tell you. Next match, Masato Yoshino against Johnny Gargano for the Open to Freedom Gate title. This was a good match here. I was very surprised about the fact that there was not a lot of high flying and not a lot of speed and quickness that we usually see out of a guy like Masato Yoshino and a guy like Johnny Gargano. But this was just a good match. And both men, the last couple minutes, had their submission moves on, and in the end, Gargano got Masato Yoshino in the Gargano About It. I think I got that move name right. And Yoshino tapped, Johnny Gargano got the win, stays the champion. After the match, Chuck Taylor comes out and beats up Johnny Gargano. So you could definitely tell that there is going to be a feud for quite some time, maybe the rest of this year, with Chuck Taylor and Johnny Gargano. Should be a very interesting feud. And then the main event. And for the second show in a row that I review, best match on the show is the main event. Low-key, Akira Tozawa and BB Hulk against Pac, Ricochet, and Masaki Mochizuki. Very good 6-man tag team match. And this one, and I've noticed in the past, because I haven't seen all of the 6-man tag matches, but from what I can tell, each one has told a different story. This one is no different. Because Akira and Tozawa, they were part of, Mad Blanky. Low-key is a guy who's on his own. Pac and Ricochet are a part of World One International. Mochizuki is a part of the Veterans Army. And this was just a very good match. This really was. Everybody got their chance. A couple of very cool spots. Ricochet hit a standing, I think it was like a 630 or 720 splash. It was very interesting. Low-key with a double stomp. BB Hulk kicking really hard. Mochizuki kicking the shit out of people. Pac hit a shooting star press kick behind the head on Low Ki. It was very hard to describe. And the end of the match comes when Tozawa locks in the straitjacket German suplex on Mochizuki, gets the 3 count, basically gets the pin back from the night before. So Low Ki, Akira Tozawa, and BB Hulk get the win. And then after the match, Low Ki got on the mic and basically said to Pac and Ricochet, anytime you guys want a one-on-one match with me, just sign your name on the dotted line, and you got it. So, and that was basically it. So, 7 matches on this show. The first 3 matches are skippable. Although the Ken and AR Fox match until the end was a good match. Loved the 6-way match. Absolutely loved it. The 6-man tag match was great. Yoshino and Gargano was a very good match. All in all, this was a good show. I'm not going to compare the Ring of Honor show from today to this because it's 2 completely different shows. But all in all, this was a good show. I would get the replay for the 6-way and the 6-man tag match along with the Open the Freedom Gate title bout. Good show here. Probably not as good as last night's from what I heard. Last night's show was really good, although I did not get a chance to see it, and I'll probably wait until it comes out on DVD, to watch it. But other than that, this was a good show. And now all roads lead to Sun Life Stadium. All roads lead to Miami, Florida, and WrestleMania 28 tomorrow.